3 weeks ago, I sent out a survey to ask what you think of our new congregation. Thank you for all of those of you who shared your responses to that survey. We've got a wealth of data that will help us to understand where we are now as a congregation, and when we take this survey again next year and at the same time in subsequent years, we will be able to measure how our church is growing and how we are engaging more intentionally in mission. Some of the responses that people made were that they thought that this survey was too early in our time together to make an informed decision. Yes, this is true, but what we wanted to do was to get a foundational baseline of information so that we can measure ourselves in subsequent years. This is what you have given us. In coming weeks, I'll share with you the details of the responses to the surveys, but today I just want to give you 3 snapshots that come from that. The first is that we have a confidence and are committed to the missional future that God has for us through Southside Uniting Church. We know that God has got something good in store for us, and we want to engage in that, and that is really exciting. The second thing is that we are still finding our way into being one congregation. We're questioning our relationships with each other. We're not quite too sure of our structures. We see ourselves as a bigger picture, but we don't really know how we fit. But overall that, there was a question that asked, I am glad that we made the decision to amalgamate. And overwhelmingly you said you strongly agreed with that statement. And the third thing that stands out in this survey is the degree of confidence that you have placed in the leadership of our congregation to take us into this missional future. You've agreed, or strongly agree, that we have the wisdom, we have the maturity, we have the capacity to lead us to where it is that we believe God wants us to be. Thank you for that expression of confidence in myself, in the church council, in our ministry team. We take that confidence and hold it with a great degree of trust and respect. The Premier has announced the good news that our COVID-19 restrictions are going to be gradually eased over the next couple of months. That is really good news as we start to be able to release and get back to a new normal of living together in society. At this stage, there is very little good news, though, for our life together as a congregation. We need to, as a church council and as a ministry team in some of our ministry areas, start to plan for how we can start to reintroduce our groups. We need to be aware of the vulnerable people in our congregation and how we don't expose them to any unnecessary risks. We need to think about the government's regulations and how we are able to open up groups and activities. We need to think about social distancing and who can fit into our spaces, and we need to be thinking about cleaning and disinfecting of the spaces that we do use. We will work through these and we will let you know when we are able to start returning our groups to what they used to be. This coming Sunday, 2 p.m, is the induction of Reverend Jock Dunbar. Please join us online for that induction. You will find a link to the induction on our website. The details for the website that you can go to are here, and they're also on our Facebook page. Jock would really appreciate you being able to be part of this experience, even though it will be online. Please pray for him, for Jackie, for their children, as they commence this new experience of ministry with us in our congregation. Until I see you all again, blessings on you.